Attention! If you or a killer main you know is annoyed at boon totems, you may be entitled to Behavior's workaround, Shattered Hope. Boon totems are a common tool that survivors have that have been linked to killer annoyance. Long-term exposure to boon totems on maps such as The Game, Bedham, Lambkin Lane, or any other map really, may result in having the survivors hide their auras and scratch marks, be able to pick themselves up from that gorilla grip of death, move slightly faster, and bullshit healing speeds. If you or a killer main you know is suffering from the effects of boon totems today, give Shattered Hope a call at 1-800
Sir, yes sir.
today. What's up guys, it's InstaChill here, and today I wanted to make a video around a little perk called Shattered Hope. Now, some of you may remember boon totems. I believe they were brought into the game like 2021, like last year. They were brought into the game like last year, and I think they were pretty strong, especially Circle of Healing. Circle of Healing was a huge thing for a while. I don't see it as often as I used to, but I do still see it often enough to make note of it. It typically gets combined with Shadow Step and Boon Exponential, and a lot of killer mains at the time really did not like Boon Totem. Some might still don't. I don't know. I personally don't. I don't really have a problem with boon totems, but to each his own, right? And so, to combat this, Behavior released a new free perk for all killers that's called Shattered Hope. And what Shattered Hope did was, whenever a survivor blessed a totem and it became their boon totem, normally when you go and you you stomp out the totem, like it just snuffs out the little fire underneath the skulls. Like that's it. That's all it does. Shattered Hope makes it to where that when a killer snuffs out the boon totem, it destroys the totem. And I, for one, think this should have just been I think this should have just been base kit. Like, this should have just be a thing anyway without having to waste an entire perk slot for it. But this is how Behavior likes to do things. They like to make perks that help circumvent certain gameplay aspects. And I figured today, let's just make a build around dealing with boon totems, right? So this is the build that I have come up with. It's probably not that great, to be honest with you, but there's a bunch of hex totem combinations and stuff that work, but you can't include Shattered Hope with it. Like, if you could include Shattered Hope, like if Shattered Hope was base kit, there's a lot of builds. There's a couple builds I can think of that would be pretty good for it, but for right now, you have to waste a perk slot for Shattered Hope. Here's hoping that in the future, that Behavior can, because they've already added the base kit Borrowed Time for survivors, right? And they're going to add base kit Unbreakable for survivors, right? So that gives me a little bit of hope that maybe Shattered Hope can become base kit at some point, and then they can change Shattered Hope to do something else. And I also forgot to mention, I'm sorry, that when you do destroy a boon totem, it reveals the auras of survivors in that boon totem for up to 8 seconds. So this is the build that I have come up with. We've got Shattered Hope. Shattered Hope is here so that every time you hear that little like thunder go off that they've got a boon totem, you go out and you search for it and you snuff it. The rest of the perks here are kinda here to help facilitate, to help draw out a survivor's ability to interact with totems, and except for Pentimento, because Pentimento is here to combo with Shattered Hope, so that when you destroy the Boon Totem, you can bring it back as a Pentimento token. As a Pentimento token. As a Pentimento totem. I can't speak. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Undying is here for Hex Throw of the Hunt, and it lets you see the auras of survivors around a dull totem, which is important because most of the time survivors will, in my mind, you'd want to find a dull totem because it takes infinitely less time to bless a dull totem than it does a hex totem. So with Hex Undying, not only will it keep our Throw of the Hunt alive a little longer, but it will also give us the aura reading of a survivor that might be blessing a totem. And then they can be up to you whether or not you want to interrupt it, or if you want them to let it go off and then take care of it with Shattered Hope. Throw of the Hunt, which brings me to the last one, which is excuse me, my voice is cracking up, and which leads me to the last perk, Hex Throw of the Hunt. Now, Hex Throw of the Hunt, all it really does is it gives you 10% more blood point. It gives you tokens for every single dull and hex totem on the map. So like, you have 5 totems on the map. You always, and they're always either a dull or a hex totem to bring, depending on how many hexes you bring and what hexes you bring. So you automatically have 5 stacks, period, from the start of the match. And the first effect is that you get 50% more blood points in the hunter category for killers, which is alright, I guess. But the real important part is the second part, which is their cleansing and their blessing speed is reduced by 10% for each one of these tokens. Ergo, start with 5 tokens, their blessing and cleansing speeds are reduced by 50%, which is huge. That's a huge amount. That's a huge amount of time they have to put into blessing and cleansing a totem, right? So, in my mind, the way this will work is you spawn in, the survivors, one survivor at most goes looking for a totem. They find a dull totem, you see them with Hex Undying, and then they start blessing it. But it's going to take them 50% longer to bless it. And then by the time they actually do get to the point where they can bless it, depending on what killer you are, today we're playing Artist, just because she's my main. She's the closest killer I have to a main. And by that point, you can either, because it takes 50% longer, you can either let it go off. You can let it go off, or you can interrupt it. Now, the idea is that you kind of do want them to finish the totem, so that you can, you kind of want them to finish blessing it, so that you can Shatter Hope it, and then turn it into a Pentimento. Pentimento totem, and then that's kind of how this build works. As for the add-ons, since I'm using Artist in particular, we're going with the Mattiest Baby Shoes, which the add-ons aren't really important for this build in particular, but in case you're curious about the add-ons that I like to use for Artist, 2 of them are the Mattiest Baby Shoes, so that if survivors are within 5 meters of a dire crow, their auras are revealed for a couple seconds, and the Still Life Crow, which makes it so they stay up there for 4 seconds longer before you either launch them or they disintegrate. So, with all that being said, I guess let's start up the queue and let's see what we can do with it. Alright. I'm about to have to sweat my balls off. We're playing against we got 2 med kits and a puppet. Alright. It's intimidating. But I think we can do it, lads. I think we can do it. I think. I think we got this, boys. We got this. We got this. Oh. Oh, are we farming? I think we're farming. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're farming with with like 4 different, I have 5 different blood point offerings. Yeah, we're farming. Let's do this. Trying to think who else could potentially, because see, that's like the main issue with the build, is that you have to, one, rely on the survivors bringing boon totems, which, I mean, most of the time there's at least one, right? Most of the time you got at least one survivor trying to lay down a boon totem. But then there's a bunch of other times where they don't bring one, and then the build that I have is useless. So that's why I think if you did try to use a build like this, you could probably make it a little better. Maybe you could switch out like Undying for like Retribution, I guess. Okay, 2 people on this gen. We'll go for the Ash over here. Okay. I love the little mini puppet on Ash. I love it so much. Oh, I see somebody. I don't see anybody else. Yeah, the aura reading on the crows is pretty nice sometimes. It's like really good. Oh, Leon. Something wrong, Leon? All right. Well, he asked me to go. I have to go. Oh, she's over here. Lost her for like a second. Ah, I thought I had that for sure. Okay, what is going on here? It's 100% a mistake. Going after. Alright. Dang, imagine saboing the wrong hook. Couldn't be me, Chief. What on earth are they doing? Okay. I mean, I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. I wish I had the add-on that, like, lets them swarm. Like, that, like, swarms other survivors. Like, when you hit somebody with your ravens. Are they ravens or crows? I think they're crows, right? I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I think they're crows. I don't. I have absolutely no idea what they're doing. I'm just gonna go away from them a little bit. I thought I could catch him. Oh shit! I thought he went through the window for a second there. All right, how about we just hook you all the way back here? Now I'm trying. Now I'm going out of my way. Nope, got somebody. Come here, my little friend. Oh, I knew it was too early. I knew it. And I still did it. I still did it anyway. Urgh. Hey, you can have it. We're gonna... Alright, fine. Let's play a little bit. Stones back through. Yep. Oh my god, they finally got a Jin. Honestly, the smart thing here in this kind of scenario is to go for the Ash, like 100%. But I'm kind of not playing optimally right now. Yeah, hop through either one of those. Yes! Yes! Let's go, baby! Sorry. Whew. God, I got pretty hyped there for a minute. I just heard a boon totem go off. Oh, I hear it. Oh, what? No. No. No, game. No. Come on. Yeah, it's me or the bird, pal. Okay, got one there. We're just gonna light this. Yeah, unfortunately, by the way, another thing is that when you rekindle a totem, with shit, that's not gonna help none. With Pentimento, it doesn't reactivate your Thrall of the Hunt stacks, which sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. Oh, look at you, you sneaky little devil. Grab this window. Oh, was that a... Why, Leon, do you have a license to carry that flashbang? Let's see. It's gonna take a hot minute. Aw, why'd you... Oh, you left Shaq. Alright, let's do it. You wanna dance this little dance, my pretty? Oh, that would have been sick if that second bird that came behind me actually hit her. I don't know what you're thinking. Got a little greedy on that one. Where you going? Where you going, my sweet? Uh-huh. Got her. Oh, why'd that guy DC? What the hell? Hold it. Stop. Stop. I'm trying to be nice. Stop. Stop it, I command you. Very well, if you will not accept my love, then you will take my wrath. I'm sorry to have to do this to you. I don't know why that one guy DC'd. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing for like the majority of the match. Yeah, Leon trying to snitch on his teammates. I mean, all right, a dub's a dub. I'll take it. So yeah, I played like I played a couple of games, and that was the best result that I got from. That was the best result I got from this build. Now, admittedly, you probably can switch things around. Like if you don't want to have something to do with like slowing down the gens, you could probably replace Pentimento with like Hex Retribution, so that if survivors are interacting with the dull totems, with your dull or Hex totems, they're oblivious, so they can't hear you coming, and they'll know you're coming if they're messing with a dull totem because of Undying. I just like to have Pentimento because it gives the boons that you do destroy a chance to be used in your favor, but that's neither here nor there. Shattered Hope, don't use it. Honestly, just don't waste a perk slot for it. Even with the aura reading it gives you, just don't bother. I really hope in the future this perk just gets changed to basekit, and Shattered Hope gets changed to something else. make it so it applied. My idea, and it's probably a terrible idea, but I just thought of it during that last match. What if Shattered Hope, like, blocked totems? What if Shattered Hope either blocked totems when you destroy a boon, so that survivors can't just find another boon and reapply it, or it could be like if you snuff one boon, it turns it back into a hex totem. But I don't know how that would. That'd be a cool idea. I don't know how you'd apply that, to be perfectly honest. But these are just like scatterbrain ideas that I'm throwing out. I hope Behavior can come up with something. Like I said, I really hope this perk becomes base kit instead of just having to waste the perk slot for it. Here's the build. You can try it out if you want. Make adjustments to it however you see fit. Like I said, change Pentimento with Retribution if you think it's good. And that's all I got for you. So until the next time, I will catch you guys later.